Most of you can't run a business for 5 minutes, let alone 5 years. I've been doing online coaching for 5 years, and I'm going to share my 1,826 days of knowledge with you for free in
13 minutes.
You can thank me later. And just for the record, I've built my coaching business to that magical 10K number that everyone talks about. I've had 10K weeks, but I've also had struggles. So I'm not going to pretend like it's an easy pathway, but literally any human being on the planet can do it because I'm not that special. I'm just a kid from South London who managed to work this all out by investing in myself. So let's get straight into it. I've got the trusty iPad over here. So if you see me writing notes, that's why. So the first thing that you've probably heard of a million times, it is your niche. And I get a little bit annoyed because everyone's starting to shit on niches right now. I've seen coaches with hundreds of thousands of followers who can't even sell a pen, let alone an online coaching program. So the truth is, you need the right followers, not loads of followers, the right followers. So if we think about it like this, you've got your core niche. You've got the people that you really want to sell to, right? These people, they encapsulate specifically who you want to help. It could be helping mums get in shape for weddings, for example. These people are truly your tribe, right? Then you've got a bit of like a broader frame of people. And these people might just be women looking for fat loss, right? So, and then you've just got everyone else, which is probably just general fat loss. I'm just going to call it Gen Pop, which is what we call it in fitness. Now, you know that for you to become an expert and be seen as a pro, you actually need to dive deep into this one right here, just because pretty much every human being on the planet is dominating this space. There's coaches already doing millions online dominating that broad space. So the deeper you go with one specific problem and one avatar, the better. And even if your program was built on something like helping women get in shape for weddings, you then become the wedding expert. You see how that works? It's quite simple. So that is honestly the key. And that's something I had to learn the hard way because I was chopping and changing my niche like nobody's business. One day I was coaching women, the other day I was coaching athletes, then I'm coaching men. Like, it was a mess. And it made it hard for me to deliver my programs. Once I had one niche and I solved one problem, I could deliver one service, and it was very, very easy because they all had similar issues. That is the key to success, and that's the key to scalability. Now, the good thing here is that the more that you focus on this, when it's time to start marketing a business, you build a lot more trust with the people in your audience because they already know who you are and they know that you can solve their specific problem, which means that in the long run, you build that loyal base of followers and a loyal audience that really want to hear from you in the future. So what's next? Obviously making sales. And for me, I had a long journey and struggle with sales because, I came from a football background. I spent 10 years at Crystal Palace, another 5 years in the States playing D1 soccer. When I moved back, selling was not something I was even aware of. All I knew how to do was play sports. So I learned and dived into something very, very quickly because I love to get my feet stuck into things. So if you do want to sell things online, you gotta get used to it, man. You gotta be willing to charge what you're worth. And one of the best things that you can do is rethink how you view sales. If you view sales as this slimy, cheat, dirtball, sleazy tactics kind of thing, then that's how you're always going to view it and you're never going to be successful. But if you change the lens and view it from a place of I'm helping somebody achieve X, Y, Z, and I just need you to make a logical decision, then you don't come across as salesy or pushy. That's honestly the only trick that you kind of need. It's not a trick. It has to be genuine. And with that being said, back in the days when I started 5 years ago, you could sell in the DMs so easy. It was like a walk in the park. You literally just say something in the DMs and someone will be willing to buy. Now is a lot more complex, which means you've got to start to find a way to have genuine conversations with people. And it's what I like to call magnetic marketing. I want people to genuinely want to talk to me. I don't want to have to force them to talk to me. And the best way to do this is by creating opportunities for people to engage. Let's just look at it like this. You create content, right? All these people are going to engage. So once you get people that engage, all we do is we have a conversation based on that DM engagement. And that is literally it, okay? And this conversation does not have to be about fitness. It's just a conversation. And it becomes a volume game. The more content I post, the better I get. The better I get at content, the more people engage with it. The more people engage with it, guess what? The more DMs I send. And then the more conversations I have, the more likely I am to sell my program. It is literally that simple. Before, you could literally just send a selfie of your bicep to somebody and they'd buy from you. Now you have to have a genuine sales-based conversation. Things have changed a lot in the last 5 years because people are becoming more aware and the market is more mature. Now, one thing I wish I knew 5 years ago that I've only learned over the last 2 years is learning how to run paid ads. This is honestly going to change the game for you if you want to scale really, really quickly. If you can master this, I promise you, things become a lot easier. It gets a lot quicker and it becomes a lot more enjoyable because the organic grind, although doing organic content, organic marketing is fun, it's good, it teaches you a lot of skills, it is boring and it does take a lot longer. It depends how long you want it to be. Now, there's some major benefits with doing paid ads. Firstly, it's very targeted. It's going to be specific to your target market, which is very, very powerful. The next thing is you can literally fill up your pipeline with leads and you can also build your email list at the same time. And if you don't know, in 2025, if you do not have an email list, you are going to struggle, my friend. So build one today. And the good thing with ads is you can do things like challenges. You can do things like, you can do webinars. You can run people to a school group. There's so many things you can do with ads that a lot of people just don't know how to do. It's the main reason why they struggle. But just employing that, I promise you, you'll make a lot more money. Now, the next thing is email marketing. I know I just said, if you haven't got an email list, you're going to struggle. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Build your email list now. Like, no, I'm not joking. Why I say that is because people buy in different mind states. But the chances of someone just buying from an Instagram picture or Instagram video versus sitting down, reading a full-length email, really diving in and understand more about you, the chances are 10 times higher via email, right? So it's important that you have an email list and you regularly contact them. Once a week, 2 times a week, create a cadence to it and have your newsletter. It's that simple. I promise you, it's that simple. And a lot of studies show that people who do read emails, they spend more money and they're more likely to buy. So that's an easy reason why you should be doing email. On top of that, now there's ways you can build your email list. You can do things like lead magnets. You can run paid ads to a newsletter. You can do 7-day challenges and collect all the emails from that. And what I would recommend is, rather than doing those basic PDF lead magnets, it's time to level up. If you're still doing basic PDF lead magnets in 2025, you are going to struggle. So focus on doing something a little bit different. Maybe you do a 7-day challenge. Maybe you do a 3-part webinar. Maybe you do a school group. Maybe you do a WhatsApp group. But create a community, create some type of leverage, not just a PDF file that no one even reads. I've been there. Don't do it. And once you do that, you now have a direct relationship with your lead. And I want to explain one more thing. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, they can all get taken away from you. TikTok as well. Your email list is yours forever because you can just export the file as an Excel document, a CSV file, and it's yours. No one can take that away from you. And one more thing. Engagement rates on IG, you'd be lucky to get anything more than 5%. Guess what my open rate is for email? Right now, my email open rate is anything from 35 to 40%. Just think about that for a second. That means that if I posted something on Instagram, if I was getting 40% engagement on IG, mate, my post would have like 5,000 likes, but they don't. They don't, because Instagram and social media doesn't give a crap about your engagement. However, email, on the other hand, you're in control. In my last 5 years, one of the biggest things that really helps me was investing in myself. I'm not saying that because I want you to buy from me. I couldn't care less. You might be broke anyway. But investing in my business was the best thing I could do. And I did it when I was broke. I moved back from America with £600 in my account. I still found a way because I knew that if I invested, I was going to learn some skills and I was going to make money because I don't fail. And I really have that mindset. So when I did it, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I think I'm going to make my money back. So I'm going to go for it. And that's what I did. I went for it. And it turned out absolutely fine. And I learned a ton of skills. Now I've got so many skills, I feel like I could go into any industry. So if you don't have money, you've got to try and find a way to start making money, work in Tesco's, clean cars, do what you have to do so then you can stack enough money to then invest in your business. So you learn the skills to then be able to grow and scale forever. Like these online skills that you learn, they will last you a lifetime in this digital age. And it is really, really powerful. And 9 times out of 10, you just need to get in the room, attend masterminds, networking events, workshops, join online webinars, join mentorship groups. That's all you need to do. And even if it's like one change in your business, it will last you. It will last you in the long run. Now, one more thing, and that's sales. I know James Smith says, oh, you don't need to sell via sales calls, do it via email, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of people that are promoting, selling in the DMs. And I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but I am saying it doesn't work. And the reason that is because James Smith was an early adopter of social media in terms of creating online fitness content. He's got millions of followers. He has a privilege that you don't. He has a privilege that most of us don't, in a sense that he's got millions of followers. He doesn't need to take sales calls anymore because he's built so much authority through his content that sales calls are redundant. Most coaches are not good at content. They cannot do what he does. And by the time that they're going to be able to create good enough content where they ain't got to take sales calls, it's going to be a year or 2 years. They're going to have to create at least 200, 300 videos. Most people can't do that. So the sales call basically builds that trust instantaneously. It allows you to start making money while trying to get to the level of a James Smith so that you can actually fund and keep learning about how to get better at content, build your email list, all the technical stuff that coaches hate. So I'm not against selling in the DMs or selling via email, but I am against peddling this thing that, oh, anyone can do it and all you got to do is post content and get people to like you. No, you have that takes time. That is a skill in itself. Like, I can't go and make content like James Smith because he is better at making organic content than me. It's a skill. My advice is learn how to sell. Join high-ticket sales programs. Learn how to be a closer. And I promise you, if you learn how to sell your program online, if you learn how to do online sales, then scaling your online coaching business becomes a lot easier. And I wish I spent more time learning sales when I started online coaching, because I would say I would have made at least 5 times more money, because the amount of calls that I've been on is ridiculous. But it wasn't until I started taking sales like extremely seriously, I was able to make more money. And trust me, now it's easy. My last bit of advice here is more based around your mindset. You cannot have a broke mindset if you want to make money. Even when I was broke, I never felt broke. I never publicly said, oh, I'm broke. I just used to say to myself, it is what it is. I'll be up soon. I will be up soon. That was my mindset. So if you're someone who's still penny pinching, you won't even invest in upgrading your Zoom or your Calendly, you won't pay for things to make your life easier. If you're still in that mindset, online coaching is not for you. Building an online business is not for you. You need to be in a mindset of, I'm going to invest, and also I'm going to do whatever it takes to learn from people that are doing better than me. Getting help is like getting in a time machine. And that's kind of where you want to get to. You want to be able to just take someone else's mistakes and learn from them. So your mindset needs to be like constant growth. It needs to be, I'll try this program, I'll do this program, and I promise you, you will be successful. That is one of the biggest key takeaways that I've learned over the last 5 years. And I've invested like multiple thousands into coaches and stuff, and I'm doing all right. I can't complain. And these tactics and stuff that I've taught you here are things that I've taught my clients, like Stephen, who's now currently making around 7K per month, Emma, who was able to build a successful full-time online coaching program, and Roland, who picked up like 6 or 7 clients in his first month and a half working with us. So it's all proof. If you've got this far and you want to grow your online coaching business, I've left a link in the description to book a call with me or my team. Hopefully you found this useful. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you do really want to grow your online coaching business, then just book a call with us. More than happy to talk about it. Peace.